What's up, YouTube? Back with another video. LA Mamba. It is July 30, 2023. It's Sunday. It's 8:17 a.m. About to open up 9 o'clock. We open up here business, and so I have a very good time amount to make a good video. And this is a channel for tire shop business and multiple streams of income. And here you go. When it comes to the tire shop business, it's an ongoing topic. It's a whole world of like, what if this, what if that? How do you get around this? How do you get around that? And it's really awesome because you can keep growing with years. It's not like a small subject that you got it in like 5 years and that's it. 5 years you can build a business good enough to like where you're good for life. If let's say you build up an income of like, let's say any part of the country, I think 10 grand a month you're pretty good on living on. It depends on those very expensive areas, but excluding the very few of them, let's say like New York, San Francisco, you can do that in 5 years, no problem. But when it comes to just growing in the business, man, you can go 15 years, 20 years, and you're still growing. And that's what's really awesome about this business. Another cool thing I like about this tire shop business is not a lot of people know about it. Not a lot of people know how does it work. And a lot of people don't even know what the hell it is. Like, I go to like places like in Pasadena, my real estate meetups, and I just talk about, I have a tire shop business. Oh, how does that work? Oh, we sell new and used tires. Oh, really? What makes the most profit? The used ones. Where you make the most money? The used ones. And like, what? I didn't even know you can make money on the used tires. And it's like, yeah, man, it's happening all over the country every single day. But the point is that I really like that a lot of people don't even know about it. Like, it just like, and probably won't even know about it for like many years. That is just like something that's very lucrative, and it's like corners of like the United States, and it's just like very visible. I think it's pretty cool, because like a lot of people know nowadays of this information age, they know a lot about everything, right? And when they come across something they don't know about, they're like, oh wow, I'm very interested, right? And they start asking you all these questions. But yeah, there's a lot of things that you can you can do to manage to grow your sales and but there's some things you can't really, and let me explain a very good one. Someone asked me that there's I don't know from what part of the country, but they own a tire shop and they have customers walk in, they give prices, and then they compare it to the Walmart prices, and then they'll leave, and then they'll go buy their tires at Walmart. And that's just part of the game. There's gonna be always places that can do it cheaper than you. Even other tire shops online, right? And so in the life of the tire shop business, you're gonna be always giving prices. Even when you're busy, people come, hey, I want a price. And you have like freaking 10 cars in the parking lot, hey, I want a price, right? That's fine. I give it to them right away as soon as I can and leave. Because I know, first of all, I don't know, maybe 70% chance they're not gonna buy. I have a 30% chance to close, especially with a big old line right there. But I always want to give good customer service because they're gonna remember that. They're not gonna remember the price. They're not gonna remember a lot of things, but they're gonna remember, you know what, they helped me out pretty cool, and they're all right. They don't have a grudge on you, right? So that leaves an open door to come back next time. Even though the prices didn't like this time, maybe they come back by later. You know, and as far as competing with like Walmart and online and all that stuff, you can actually compete with them as a small tire shop business. The question is, should you? Would you want to? And the answer is probably no, because like, let's get a quote from Walmart. Let's say you get 205, 55, 16 price, install taxes and all that from Walmart, right? I don't know what that number is, but just get that total amount and then look at your price, what you can get the tires for, low cost, and then add that up and then see what's the profit margin between that what you can get a price of and what the total amount of Walmart is going to cost, you know, out the door for the customer. And you're going to see it's pretty freaking small. So yes, you can, you know, price match and you can like, you know, sound at that price. But the question is, you know, you want to do all that work for mount balance and all that just to like prove a point that you can compete with Walmart prices. It's not a fulfilling thing, you know. First of all, you want to try to compare yourself to competition. You know, that's a big no-no for me when it comes to like this price, this tire size. That's what I'm talking about. Like that, like you can compare yourself in other ways, but you know, try to price match and try to get, you know, forget that. Like it's gonna be way too much work. You got, you know, other things to do. You can make more money on other things. Just let them walk out, you know, like just let them like go to the other place. They're not your real customer anyways, I'll tell you like that. You want real true customers that will come back over and over and over, refer friends, refer family. You know, those cheapskates, I'll tell you what the cheapskates do. Even if you do get that business, let's say 10 walk out, but you do something else to like, you know, save those two cheapskates. So now you have the 8 walked out and you like, oh yeah, I closed 2, right? Well, the thing is like, only those like cheapskates are just gonna only come for themselves and that's it. Like, they don't have a big network, you know. Think about like why they're in that position in the first place. You know, they don't have like a big old like amount of people like, oh yeah, like, hey, everybody go over there. Most of the time they just keep to themselves and they just like try to find the cheapest thing, which is fine, but the point is that you can't build a business like that. You're gonna make 1 sale, you're gonna make 2 sales, and that's it. That's where it dies. You're not gonna have them refer more business like the way you're supposed to do in a real business, right? It's just like, oh yeah, I made like whatever, I don't know, let's just say you made $80 on that sale, right? You made $80 and that's it. Like, you know, you're gonna go like 3 years and have another shot with them, you know, when the tires run out. Or maybe a patch here and there during the way. But that's it. Like, you can't make no money with that. So like, don't even think about those people. You just let them go. You do your thing. So this is what you gotta do. You gotta give those prices, handle the business that you got in, you know, do a badass job, you know, do your thing, right? And if they want to come, then that's great. If they don't, then that's great too. You know, that and that's where it should end right there. But that was a very good question. Another cool thing was this past week was that one of my subscribers came and visit. He was in town for family reasons, and he's like, he stopped by real quick, and he's like, what's up? And he's talking about his tire business. Man, he's another tire shop fanatic, man. That was awesome to see, and it was good to meet you, man. It was a pleasure. Moving on to the multiple streams of income, because I feel that the tire shop business lives on forever. It just keeps going, but not in the form of a tire shop. Is in the form of your money. So check it out. A real cool way to think about it is like this. So you work really hard, you grind. Let's say you have no tire shop, right? And you just, you know, hustle and you make money, right? So let's say you work at a tire shop and then you make money from there. You get tires on the side from like, you know, gas stations or car dealers or whatever. You sell them online you get more money and you save, you buy more tires, you keep doing that until you like save a lot, then you're like, oh, I'm gonna buy a tire shop, open up a tire shop now. So think about money like energy, as a form of energy. And so you have that energy, and then you from that, all that work you put in is your energy right there, saved and stored right there in the dollar amount. But then you trade that in for a physical location, a tire shop, right? And then from that tire shop, you make some money here and there, and then you're pretty much buying more tires, and then from those tires you sell, then you able to make more, your energy gets bigger, your inventory gets bigger, and then you just keep doing that over years. You have more tires, so you have more tires, you're able to sell more and make more. Sorry, man, just like keep coughing, man. But anyway, so you just keep doing that, and then you have like, and then you have all this, and so what you want to do is spend money on racks or whatever it is to keep growing your business or whatever you want to do with it, right? So you have your energy keeps growing, and in this case, all right, let's say you go to another business, to the real estate business, you buy rentals, right? So now their energy goes on to the real estate side, and from the real estate you start now growing that business. So then you just, you do the value add, it grows over time, your energy grows on itself this time. It's not you forcing it. You're still doing a tire shop over here, but it grows, right? So then you do you grow for a bigger property. Next time you do a 1031, you got all that energy put into a bigger property, and now that one started to grow even bigger. And so like we want to think about, in this case, money like energy. So like all that money came from the tire shop business. It lived on over here. You buy some more properties, and then they start growing. And that's the way I think about it. Is like it came from the tire shop business. It's like a continuation of the tire shop business, but it's actually, you're not selling tires and stuff. You just, all that energy just transfer over to another business, and now you start growing the other business, right? And why do that? Why do you want to go to real estate and not continue with the tire shop business? Yes, you'll get more cash flow from the tire shop business, but the thing is, like, one day you're not gonna have energy. You're not gonna, you're gonna be able to you're not gonna be able to like continue with the business, and like later on, for whatever reason, you're just tired of it, or maybe you give it away. But the point is, it gets gone. But when it comes to real estate, that goes on forever. It just grows without you. It's like a tree. Like the tire shop business needs you to like put up like sunshine, water, like maybe vitamins, depends on what kind of tree, right? And then it'll grow. And if you don't do that, then it won't grow. If anything, it will die. But the real estate business, like you put the tree, like, I don't know, the seed somewhere in the dirt, and then like it grows, it grabs water by itself, it gets sunlight by itself, and just start growing on its own. You come back years later and it's still growing bigger, stronger than it was before when you left it. And that's why you want to go into the real estate business. And I would tell you, everybody, guys, like, always have in mind the real estate business. You just never know when you're gonna be strong enough to go on, branch off on your own. But and I tell everybody, man, it's like it comes sooner than you think. Like it just like oh shoot, I'm doing this now. Like I would never believed it. I would never like suspected that I would have been in this position right now. I would thought it would have been like many years from now, like doing that or whatever. But what the point is, like, you start going into that business, and that's like another tire shop business, like, or even way bigger. I'm telling you, this is way bigger than. When it comes to the business, it's like huge. It's a huge world, man. It's like, it's a never-ending world. There's just so much things you can do. It just like, you just learn and learn, and you have like options. I mean, something I've been learning recently is what I like to do in the business, because it's so huge that you gotta just pick something, right? You just gotta pick something that you feel, man, like I gotta get this done real good, and I can do any kind of asset class with mobile home parks, with his industrial, whether it's, you know, whatever, mechanic shop, a tire, whatever in you know, multifamily, is I like to turn the units. I like to like improve it. So I like to pretty much get tenants out that are not paying or that are like way too low in the market. And we got to fill them with market rents. We got to get new tenants with market rents that are like boost the value up a lot. And to do that, is the best way. One of the best ways is doing cash for keys. So what you do is, I've done it many times, but you pay the tenant to get out, and then you get your unit faster, and it's cheaper than if you go to court. Cash for keys is what I'm learning to do in a much better way, and that's something I'm studying right now. And also, on the side, just learning about it, how to build a portfolio, a portfolio loan. How do you get like multiple properties, and use one loan on all these properties, whatever amount of properties you have, or units, or whatever it is. And you know, it's much cleaner. It's cheaper, it's cleaner, and it's more attractive to future buyers whenever you're gonna sell it. And so I was just learning about that. I actually have a friend that's doing that right now too. He's buying 17 units right now here in Victorville. And I was like, man, that's freaking awesome. He's actually building it. Like, he's actually building all at once, buying all at once and putting a loan on all these 17 at one time. And it was like an eye opener. Like, man, you know, when it comes to like selling, it's much more attractive. People want to get bigger stuff. Like when you're already like in the business, and you don't have a lot of options when it comes to like, oh wait, what's my next property? Because they're like, there's so much competition. There's so many people in that boat over here that it's like, man, it's like only like a little bit amount of properties are left, and they're like kind of battling sometimes. If you're in a pinch, when you do like a 1031, you have a time limit of 45 days to choose a property you're gonna buy, and you're like, man, I have to get something or else I'm gonna get taxed. So then people go forward with that, and it's like, man, I don't want this. You know, a lot of people are like, man, oh, this is like a bad product, but I'm gonna turn it around and make it badass, whatever. But if you have another option, or option like a portfolio loan, that you can buy multiple properties that are really strong, like really solid tenants and all that, then people will pay you a lot for that. And so you can cap it, you know, cap it correctly and make very, very, very good amount of money. It's like, man, like it's a beautiful thing. I like here in to buy here in SoCal, and I love small multifamily. So maybe I can put a few multifamily properties together and sell it as a portfolio when I sell them in the future. So that's another good thing about learning about maybe potentially what if I do this, or that's a possibility, because you already have like the properties in one spot or whatever, and it's like, well, if I do this, it's gonna be very attractive and they'll pay more, by the way, because they go off of income. You know, they base the loan on how much money the property's bringing in. So it's like, all right, well, if these are the numbers and these are the leases, then it's worth this much. Then it's like, oh man, now you have like a whole bunch of different buyers. Yeah, you're open up of options of both ways, of some buyer buying your property, very good properties, and then you able to make even more money because it's just like all that one, and it's cleaner and it's easier because you sign like, I don't know, a lot of properties together compared to like one by one. And if you've done any, you know, real estate buying and selling and stuff, it can be a hassle, man. Like doing all that work, and it's like, man, it takes all that time, and it's like, it's pretty draining when it's time to buy or to sell, especially when you're buying. But imagine just doing like one purchase and you get like, you know, 6 different properties that have like, you know, 40 units or whatever it is. When you're like a bigger buyer, I think it's very awesome. So anyways, the point is I'm learning that right now, and just keeping my option open if I want to go that route, if I want to make a portfolio like that, put all my properties in one, and, you know, sound like that. But it's really awesome to you can see that, man, like you have these options, and you're able to create something that was from nothing, and you can make a lot of money from it. But the point is, like, the tire shop business, it's an awesome business, and yeah, you can go ahead and keep doing it forever, but you also gotta be thinking ahead about the real estate business. And I much rather be in a position while I'm growing in the tire shop business to be financially free than wait, like, I don't know, 20 years or whatever, and then start the real estate business, and then grow that another, 5 years or whatever it is, and then be in a position to be financially free. And that's why I start talking about it now. I think it's so important now to, like, let everybody know in the tire shop business. I don't just do it because I have a passion for it. I don't just talk about it because I have a passion for it. I just letting everybody know, man, it's like there's a better way. You know, you don't have to be always the one, like, grinding at the shop to make money for you can, like, live, you know, buy whatever you want. You can buy properties, and then that cash flow pay for whatever you want, you know, lifestyle or just like daily needs. Like, what I do is I just spend all, like, my cash flow when it comes to, like, the water, you know, the electricity, the garbage, the gas, right, where I live, the rent, and then also for my cars, the gasoline for me, the food I buy every single day, like, all that shit gets paid off by real estate. It's just like I don't have to make money from the tire shop and then go and spend it on. It was like that in the beginning, of course, for many years, and that's the way it you know, that's gonna, unless you're rich, that's how it is. But after years of, like, investing in real estate, it's like the cash flow is gonna be the one paying for all your stuff, and it's very awesome. It's like, man, like, if something happens to me right now, it's good to know that I'm covered and I don't gotta work at the tire shop. I can just live off my real estate and have that pay my bills and all that. And I'm telling you can do it sooner than later. You don't have to wait many years. You can just start small, because there's just so many ways to get properties. There's just so many ways to, like, grow your properties. And it's funny, like, man, you can make so much money on properties like that. Like, you get surprised, like, oh shit, on this property you can make this much. What the hell? That's awesome. And then you think about, okay, how long does it make? Can you make that in a tire shop business? How long does it take for you to make that amount in a tire shop business? Like, well, it could take me 1 year or 2 years. And it's like, okay, just on this one I can do the same amount. And it's like, you know, put in like 2 hours a month, right? Because you have, like, a property manager doing things for you. And you can do it on yourself, but it's like, you don't have to. You know, you can have someone better than you do it for you, you know, like a property manager, right? But you just gotta be on top of them and you'll be good. But yeah, guys, you know, this is a fun, making these videos are really fun. And I'm glad that I have some people that are also fanatics of tire shop business, but I'm here to let you know, tire shop business and the real estate business is equally as important. So, you know, start learning now about it, because eventually you're gonna get there. It's not gonna take long for you to get there. So I'll let you guys go. See you next time. Mamba out.